Hello there. Today I wanted to share some ideas answering the question, how do you love yourself more? And I want to share a bunch of things that I wrote down. So let's see where this goes. I want to start with what Lisa Nichols says, and I really resonate with that. And it's a beautiful reminder for all of us. She says, give yourself 1,000-second chances. And when you get to 999, press reset. I feel like that can be such a beautiful reminder that sometimes, even when we get to 5, we feel like a failure. When we get to 3, we feel like, oh shit, I should have my shit together. I hear that all the time. I should have my shit together by now. It's funny sometimes how this can help. And it's interesting because sometimes we're just comparing our journeys to other people, but I know how it still can help. But if you look at the most successful people in any area, people that you look up to, if you dig deeper into their journey and you look at how many times they've failed, you'll be blown away. You'll be pretty surprised at how many times they've failed and kept going. Fall down, get back up. Like, you'd be surprised at how many times they've gone through that challenge. And sometimes we face a challenge a few times and we feel like we're such a huge failure. So it's just something to consider. I like that reminder. So let's keep moving because there's a lot that I want to share. Second one, I like what Jeff Foster says, that your emotions and things that come up, they don't want to be healed, they want to be held. And there's a lot of talk about healing. I love the word healing. I use it a lot. And at the same time, it's a beautiful reminder that you can even, let's use the analogy of inner child work. Because it's all so related and connected. And the analogy of if it was your inner child coming to you because it's sad and you're feeling sadness, you can imagine, you can picture a child, even someone that you know, coming to you. They're not coming to you to be coached. They want to be held. They want to be heard and seen and appreciated and loved. So sometimes we overcoach ourselves. Is that even a word? We overcoach ourselves when all we need is time, attention, and love, and compassion, and kindness, and appreciation for ourselves. So just remember that. Your emotions don't want to be healed. They want to be held. 3, Matt Kahn, I use this a lot, but even the title of his book, Whatever Arises, love that. Similar to Jeff Foster. Whatever arises, all the emotions, all the challenges, all the things that you're struggling with or dealing with, whatever arises, love that. And sometimes when it's something very challenging to even consider the possibility of loving that or appreciating that, can you love the person going through it? I've helped a lot of people through sessions when it comes to challenging things from the past. And it doesn't mean that you need to love what happened. You love the person that went through what happened. I also love the idea in his also first book, in the same book, Whatever Arises, Love That, where he talks about the personal love statement. The idea behind the personal love statement is similar to affirmations, but I know that affirmations don't always resonate with a lot of people. They're sometimes maybe kind of rigid and like it's a specific phrase that you use all the time. The personal love statement is basically the thing that you've always wanted to hear. whether it's from your dad, your mom, a sibling, someone in your family, or even these days, a partner, a friend. It could be your boss, it could be a co-worker. The thing that you know that a deeper part of you wants to hear and wants to receive in some kind of way. Can you say that to yourself? And the beauty of it is that it can change week by week, day by day, hour by hour, or even minute by minute. And it's one of the most beautiful and powerful tools I've ever seen. So that's one of the beautiful ways to take it to a whole new level and go deeper than ever before with this kind of work. Because it's the most customizable tool I've ever seen. So you can really play with it and allow it to go very deep for your own journey, whatever the hell you need right now, whatever you're going through, whatever you need right now, just, you can always use it. You can always use it. I also like the quote from the Buddha that, I don't remember the exact quote, but is you yourself as much as anyone else in the entire universe deserve your own love and attention. That can be a beautiful reminder that sometimes we find a challenge in finding the balance of giving to others, but also reminding ourselves to give to ourselves, remembering to give to ourselves. So that quote for me has been a reminder in many beautiful ways. It's also a reminder that you also deserve it. Just like people around you in your life and everyone else deserves love and attention, you deserve it too. So there's many beautiful things within that quote. I wrote a few things that, because of the question how to love yourself more and go a little deeper, I do love mirror work. And it doesn't have to be extra fancy or very specific, or like I said, a rigid method or something, an exact thing you need to say. But I've noticed myself, and when I invite people to do this work, if you get close to a mirror and you look into your eyes, you can even just stare for a little while and just see what comes up. Some people laugh, some people cry, some people want to yell and get angry, but trust me, the thing that comes up, it's probably what's been waiting desperately to come up. It's like we have layers of things that maybe we've suppressed for our whole lives, or maybe that week or that day, that we're not expressing, we're not giving it a chance to come up and be seen and heard and welcomed. So even just getting close to the mirror, staring into your eyes and just seeing what comes up. And then you can use the personal love statement in front of the mirror and just see the things that you've maybe always wanted to hear, that you never heard from your parents, you never heard from people that you grew up with, person that you love right now, anything. Just play with it and see what wants to come up. And it's incredible how deep it can go. Incredible. And then I wrote there, writing a letter, and there's three that can be incredibly powerful. I wrote there, writing a letter to your inner child. So sometimes going back to a period in your life where maybe you were going through a lot, some challenges were happening, or a lot of challenges, and writing a letter to that version of you. You could say whatever you want, whatever comes. I'm not even going to give any suggestions, because whatever comes up, whatever the hell wants to come up, and one that comes up a lot is forgiveness. Either you wanting to forgive yourself, you asking for forgiveness, all kinds of possibilities with forgiveness comes up a lot. Appreciation and reminding yourself, same thing, using the personal love statement, kind of like going to the past, like going back to that time and telling yourself the things that you wanted to hear at that time. There's many ways that you could do that. And then the other two are related to forgiveness, because I've noticed that when we do some work around forgiveness, when that's something that's big within your experience that feels like it's something that could benefit you, writing a letter to someone who hurt you, you could start with the easiest person to forgive, or you could go directly to that difficult one that you know that we all have. You can go directly to that. You can start wherever you want to start, or you don't even need to do this if you feel like you're not ready. Don't push yourself. And we're never going to feel ready, by the way. We're never going to feel fully ready. It's going to be challenging. But writing a letter to that person, and I always say maybe you want to start with, this is not a time to try to be perfect and try to be overly spiritual and overly evolved and whatever. Like, get it all out. If you need to vent, this is the chance to vent. If you need to write every single swear word that you know in your language towards that person, write it all down. Get it all out. Get it all out. This can be more powerful than many therapy sessions sometimes. So get it all out. Express everything that you need to express. I love the quote by Kansas Van Dale: get real about how you feel so that you can heal. But that part of get real about how you feel is incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. So I would start with that and then just see where it takes you. See where it takes you. Because sometimes it takes you to a place of, and that's why I love this, it takes you there naturally. You're not forcing it. But that journey of getting it all out invites you to a place where you actually kind of put yourself in their shoes. Realize that they were probably going through hell, or they had gone through hell before in the past. And that's where they're doing what they're doing. And from that natural place of compassion, forgiveness just flows naturally after that. I don't feel like we can force forgiveness. You can't push and force forgiveness. But I've noticed that first through expressing everything that you need to express that you've suppressed for a long time. And that naturally brings you, not always, and it's fine if you don't get there. Don't worry, you could do it 5 times and you might get there on the 7th time, and it doesn't matter. Remember about expectations. I talk about this a lot. Sometimes we have expectations along our journey that really mess with us. Yeah, so don't expect it to be perfect and smooth and easy the first time. But expressing everything, you'll naturally feel compassion, and it'll be way easier and maybe even natural to forgive that person. And then, just because I don't want this video to be half an hour, the other idea with letters is forgiving yourself. You can use every single suggestion that I just used. So you can rewind this video a few minutes or 5 minutes, I don't know, and use every suggestion that I used for forgiving someone else, and use that to forgive yourself. And yes, we might need to swear at ourselves. Trust me, that can be incredibly healing and very powerful. And actually a beautiful experience. As weird as that might sound, it can be a beautiful experience. Because sometimes the version of you from the past, that the younger you did not get the chance to express that anger. So I think there's 2 possibilities, that you might want to swear back at that version of you, or that version of you might want to do that now towards you. So, like I said, there's no right or wrong way. Play with it, dance around within that whole spectrum of possibilities within that letter, within that experience. But give both versions of you, the today version of you and the younger version of you, a chance to express everything. Everything. And see where it takes you. Just see where it takes you. The letter that you write, I don't want to forget this, the letter that you write for someone else doesn't mean that you're going to send the letter. A very powerful approach and exercise that it actually comes from older traditions as well. There's a lot of beautiful rituals and things from even shamanic traditions and things like that, that fire has a lot of meaning and a lot of beautiful metaphorical uses and ways in which it can be used. So I've actually done this of writing a letter, and when you're done, you burn the letter. Just please find a safe place to do that, of course, but you burn the letter, and that can actually also give you a deeper sense of letting go of all that resentment, anger, disappointment, all the sadness, all the frustration, everything that you've already expressed in that letter. And now burning that letter has even a deeper meaning. It takes it to an even deeper level. And it can be, and often is, one of the most powerful experiences you could have when it comes to this work. So I just invite you to play with those and let me know how it goes. I love hearing from people that try these things and actually give these ideas a chance and give yourself the opportunity to explore these a little deeper. I know it can feel scary sometimes, but if you need to find someone to guide you through it, I highly recommend that as well. And just, find someone that resonates with you, that you feel that you can trust the person and feel welcomed and not judged. And it's fine to feel like you need help, that you need support. We all do. We all could benefit from support and some guidance, so that's fine. I just say that because a lot of people feel bad about that too. So if you notice, one of the themes in my videos is that a lot of the things that we feel bad about, I love the idea of normalizing those things, because it's a beautiful part of the human being journey. All those things that we judge and all those things that we feel bad about are a part of our journey. And we can keep hating ourselves for that, or we can invite ourselves to be okay with it. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.